So, Rowan, this is a story from the Bible, one of my favorite Bible stories. It's about Jesus and the Centurion. Now, Centurion is a Roman soldier who oversees 100 other soldiers. So he's like a major. It's major captain level in the modern army. So he's fairly important. And he oversees 100 soldiers. And at this time, Rome was occupying Judea. Judea is where Israel is in the current map. So Rome was occupying Judea, and the Romans were in charge of everything. And the Romans ran things. Romans had one of the most impressive armies of all time. You know, sure, Genghis Khan conquered as much area, a little bit more. Sure, Alexander the Great conquered huge amounts of area. The thing is that after Alexander the Great died, his kingdom split and then fell apart. After Genghis Khan died, his grandson had the kingdom split and it all fell apart. But the Romans held it. And I mean, they conquered most of Europe. There was a little bit of northern Germany where it was like, here be dragons, and they just gave up. They didn't quite get all of Scotland, but they got most of it. And I mean, there's a wall that the Romans built, which became the de facto line between England and Scotland, called Hadrian's Wall. Anyway, this is a story of Jesus and the Centurion. Jesus was Jewish, and he founded Christianity, and he was the Son of God, and he did all sorts of miracles. And at this time, Jesus was in Capernaum on the north side of the Sea of Galilee, which is, as I said, in modern day Israel. So Jesus was healing lepers and casting out demons and making blind people see and lame people walk, all sorts of incredible things. And this centurion, who was the local centurion, he was in charge, had a servant who was Jewish like Jesus. And it's like, my servant is sick. Can you heal him? And Jesus is like, sure, let's get going. The centurion's like, no, no, no. I'm not worthy to have you in my house. I'm not good enough. But I'm a man under authority, and I have people underneath me. I say to one, go, and he goes. I say to another, come, and he comes. I say to a third, do this, and he does it. Just give the word, and it'll be done. And Jesus was just shocked. I mean, it's like, I've never seen this much faith out of anyone. Nowhere. Anytime. It will be done as you said. And the centurion went away, and sure enough, the servant was healed. And I mean, this is something that's just kind of incredible, because here you have the centurion who was probably polytheistic, had many gods that he believed in and thought had power, probably had idols in his home that he worshipped, that he had probably never seen anything done. But here you have him going up to this wandering preacher and saying, I need my servant healed. And this story shows up in other gospels as well, where one version has him sending people to ask Jesus to come, and then, or sending people to have Jesus heal the servant, and then sending other people saying, no, don't come to my house, just heal the servant, because I'm not worthy. And so I mean, as I said, this shows great humility. This is a guy, as I said, he runs 100 people. He was in charge of this huge area, and at that time Roman soldiers didn't answer to anyone, essentially. I mean, they were a law unto themselves, and yeah, they reported up the food chain, but at the local level, as long as the taxes came in, no one really cared what the centurion did. So here you have someone who has great power, temporal power, power in the real, in power over the physical world. Here's someone who commands his own personal, he has a personal army. Centurion, he oversees 100 people. You know, that's the limit of how many people you, that's about the limit of how many people you can know. And so he's in charge of that. So just about anyone he sees, he can order around. And he goes up to Jesus, he says, please. And then he says, I'm not worthy. So a little bit of humility is great. Also, don't be afraid to ask for things. And yeah, that's a big takeaway from that, I think. But the Romans were kind of awesome. They were also really kind of mean. At the same time, they were kind of awesome. But anyway, have a great day.